Hello! For monoprinting, a jelly plate is a great thing to have, but they are expensive and maybe you don't have access to one. I'm going to demonstrate that you don't need one to make beautiful monoprints. You just need something smooth and wipeable. A laminated piece of paper works well. I'm going to use this plastic placemat and this plastic wallet to make some monoprints. Okay, I'm starting with the placemat. At least, I think that's what this is. I picked it up in a hardware store because I thought it looked like it might be useful for something. So I've squeezed some paint down and I'm using a brayer to roll it out. If you don't have a brayer, I've got another method coming up to show you. It's a little bit stickier than when I use it on a jelly plate, but it still spreads okay. Now I'm going to make some marks using this old card. Old cards are a really useful thing to use when monoprinting. I press the paper down, lift it, and there we've got our pattern, perfectly printed. Now I'm using yellow this time, and instead of the brayer I'm going to use a sponge. Any sponge would work, or even some tissue paper. You just want to spread the paint out thinnish across your plastic. This time I'm going to use an old brush to make some marks. Layering is a really good idea with monoprinting, so I'm going to take my print from earlier and I'm going to place it over the yellow and press down. Yeah, this gives quite a nice effect. I quite like it. Now I'm going to have a go with the plastic wallet. I've taped it down because I suspect it will move around. So here's some purple paint. And I'm going to spread it with the brush this time to see what kind of effect this gives. Oops! Oh, I was a bit too eager with my brush there. Let's stick that back down. Okay, I quite like the look of that. So let's take some paper and just press straight down this time, I think, rather than making any marks. Yeah, I quite like that. Now I'm just going to add some yellow. And I will sponge this out again. So far this plastic wallet is working better than the placemat, which is handy because it's much, much cheaper. Now I'm going to use my card again to make some circles. And I'm just pressing that purple print from a few minutes ago down. Oh yeah, that's nice. Now I'm going to try just a solid block of colour, I think, so I'll add some purple again and go back to my brayer. Maybe you could use a rolling pin for this actually, thinking about it. I don't have a rolling pin. Or a bottle? I think that could work. Maybe another video. Oh, it spreads really nicely. And now I'm going to make some more circles using this card. It takes a few more goes to get the marks appearing than it does on a jelly plate, but you can see it still works. I press the paper down. And then I need to clean my brayer, so I'm just going to rub this over the back of the paper. Don't want to waste any paint, especially as my paint supply is dwindling, so I'm also going to clean my brush off on this paper as well. I mean, this gives an interesting effect, and I might make this into a book or something later, so both sides need to be painted. Oh, and I'll also clean this card. Why not? Must not waste paint. Ah, it's pretty. I think that works really well. Now, there's still quite a bit of paint left on this, and I don't want to waste it by cleaning it off, so I'm going to take my print from earlier and just press it around to fill up those blank spaces on the edge. In general, it's best not to waste paint, I think, and as my paint supply is dwindling, I'm especially eager not to waste any at all. And there we have it. That's how you could monoprint without a Gelli-plate and have very similar results.